Making good life-changing choices. The life we are living in is a journey. Along the road you will meet different type of people whom you will impact their lives and them impacting yours. You will live many footsteps in their hearts. When living, talking and sharing life with these people, be conscious of what story you are writing in their memories. Because people will never forget how you make them feel. When traveling this journey, not only people will be watching. God Himself is also watching you. Every single day He promised you that He will be by your side. He promises to guide you. He also gave you the power of making choices. In every choice we make there are blessings or consequences. When making these choices you have to be wise to always choose what God has for you in store. This is because some of them may make your life difficult to live. Some of these choices they may shorten your life. Deuteronomy 30 verses 19 to 20. 19. Today I have given you the choice between life and death, between blessings and curses. Now I call on heaven and earth to witness the choice you make. Oh, that you would choose life, so that you and your descendants might live. 20. You can make this choice by loving the Lord your God, obeying Him, and committing yourself firmly to Him. This is the key to your life. And if you love and obey the Lord, you will live long in the land the Lord swore to give your ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Choosing wisely is very crucial because the impact it can have, it might go to your generation to come. But God is pleading with us today, to make this choice by loving the Lord your God, obeying Him, and committing yourself firmly to Him. Because this is the key to the life full of joy. The life full of peace. The life of being guided and directed by Him. The life that has the key to living long on this earth. Proverbs 20 verses 27 to 32. 27. Whoever respects the Lord will have a long life, but the life of an evil person will be cut short. 28. A good person can look forward to happiness, but an evil person can expect nothing. 29. The Lord will protect good people but will ruin those who do evil. 30. Good people will always be safe, but evil people will not remain in the land. 31. A good person says wise things, but a liar's tongue will be stopped. 32. Good people know the right thing to say, but evil people only tell lies. When you are a child of God you receive the grace to tap into His glory. You receive the joy of having a conversation with Him. You receive the opportunity of being able to make decisions with Him. You receive the opportunity of the mystery of the world to be revealed to you. You receive the opportunity to be able to negotiate with God on your behalf and on other people's behalf. God reveals His plans to Abraham. Genesis 18 verses 16 to 33. 16. After this, the men set out from there and looked out over Sodom. Abraham went with them to send them off. 17. Should I hide from Abraham what I'm about to do? The Lord asked. 18. Since Abraham's descendants will become a great and powerful nation, and all the nations of the earth will be blessed through him. 19. Indeed, I've made myself known to him in order that he may encourage his sons and his household that is born after him to keep the way of the Lord, and to do what is right and just, so that the Lord may bring about for Abraham what he has promised. 20. The Lord also said, How great is the disapproval of Sodom and Gomorrah! Their sin is so very serious. 21. I'm going down to see whether they've acted according to the protests that have reached me. If not, I wish to know. 22. Then two of the men turned away from there and walked toward Sodom, while Abraham remained standing in the presence of the Lord. Abraham negotiates with God. 23. Abraham approached and asked, "Will you actually destroy the righteous along with the wicked?" 24. Perhaps there are 50 righteous ones within the city. Will you actually destroy it and not forgive the place for the sake of the 50 righteous that are found there? 25. Far be it from you to do such a thing, to kill the righteous along with the wicked, so that the righteous and the wicked are treated alike. The judge of all the earth will do what is right, won't he? 26. The Lord said, "If I find 50 righteous people within Sodom, I'll forgive the whole place for their sake." 27. Abraham answered, "Look, even though I am only dust and ashes, I've ventured to speak to my Lord." 28. What if there are 5 less than 50 righteous ones? Will you bring destruction upon the city because of those 5? The Lord said, "I won't destroy it if I find 45 there." 29. Abraham continued to speak to him, asking, "What if 40 are found there?" The Lord replied, "I won't do it for the sake of those 40. 30. Abraham then asked, "I hope my Lord will not be angry if I speak. What if 30 are found there?" The Lord answered, "I won't do it for the sake of those 30. 31. Look, Abraham said, "I've presumed to speak to my Lord. So what if 20 are found there?" For the sake of those 20, the Lord responded, "I won't destroy it." 32. Finally, Abraham inquired, "I hope my Lord will not be angry if I speak only once more. What if 10 are found there?" He replied, "For the sake of those 10 I won't destroy it." 33. As soon as he finished talking to Abraham, the Lord left and Abraham returned to where he had been sitting. When a righteous speaks on the behalf of people, God listens and he responds. A prayer of a righteous man can save lives. A prayer for a righteous man can change God's plan. A prayer for a righteous man can give people second chances. A prayer for a righteous man can release blessings. A prayer for righteous can open doors. Isaiah 38 verses 1-8. From New Life Version. Hezekiah will live 15 more years. 1. In those days Hezekiah became sick and was near death. Isaiah the man of God, the son of Amoz, came to him and said, "The Lord says, make those of your house ready, for you will die and not live." 2. Then Hezekiah turned his face to the wall, and prayed to the Lord. 3. And said, "O Lord, I ask you from my heart to remember now how I have walked with you in truth and with a whole heart. I have done what is good in your eyes." And Hezekiah cried with a bitter cry. 4. Then the word of the Lord came to Isaiah, saying, 5. Go and tell Hezekiah, the Lord, the God of your father David, says, I have heard your prayer. I have seen your tears. See, I will add 15 years to your life. 6. And I will take you and this city out of the hand of the king of Assyria. I will fight for this city. 7. This is the special thing for you to see from the Lord, that the Lord will do what he has said. 8. See the shadow on the steps, which has gone down with the sun on the steps of Ahaz. I will make it go back 10 steps. So the sun's shadow went back the 10 steps it had gone down. When the righteous man prays, God makes sure that the impossible is made possible. When the righteous man prays, God changes the situation to back up his promises. When the righteous man prays, victory becomes their promotion. Joshua 10 verses 1-15. From New International Version. The sun stands still. 1. Now Adonizedek king of Jerusalem heard that Joshua had taken Ai and totally destroyed it. doing to Ai and its king as he had done to Jericho and its king, and that the people of Gibeon had made a treaty of peace with Israel and had become their allies. 2. He and his people were very much alarmed at this, because Gibeon was an important city, like one of the royal cities. It was larger than Ai, and all its men were good fighters. 3. So Adonizedek king of Jerusalem appealed to Holm king of Hebron, Piram king of Jarmuth, Japhia king of Lachish and Debir king of Eglon. 4. Come up and help me attack Gibeon, he said, because it has made peace with Joshua and the Israelites. 5. Then the 5 kings of the Amorites, the kings of Jerusalem, Hebron, Jarmuth, Lachish and Eglon, joined forces. They moved up with all their troops and took up positions against Gibeon and attacked it. 6. The Gibeonites then sent word to Joshua in the camp at Gilgal, "Do not abandon your servants. Come up to us quickly and save us. Help us, because all the Amorite kings from the hill country have joined forces against us." 7. So Joshua marched up from Gilgal with his entire army, including all the best fighting men. 8. The Lord said to Joshua, "Do not be afraid of them, I have given them into your hand. Not one of them will be able to withstand you." 9. After an all-night march from Gilgal, Joshua took them by surprise. 10. The Lord threw them into confusion before Israel, so Joshua and the Israelites defeated them completely at Gibeon. Israel pursued them along the road going up to Beth-horon and cut them down all the way to Azekah and Makkedah. 11. As they fled before Israel on the road down from Beth-horon to Azekah, the Lord hurled large hailstones down on them, and more of them died from the hail than were killed by the swords of the Israelites. 12. On the day the Lord gave the Amorites over to Israel, Joshua said to the Lord in the presence of Israel, "Sun, stand still over Gibeon, and you, moon, over the valley of Ajalon." 13. So the sun stood still, and the moon stopped, till the nation avenged itself on its enemies, as it is written in the book of Jasher. The sun stopped in the middle of the sky and delayed going down about a full day. 14. There has never been a day like it before or since, a day when the Lord listened to a human being. Surely the Lord was fighting for Israel. 15. Then Joshua returned with all Israel to the camp at Gilgal. The impact you make on people, it will make them plead to God on your behalf when you are not able to do it yourself. Acts 9 verses 36 to 42. From New Life Version. Dorcas is raised from the dead. 36. A woman who was a follower lived in the city of Joppa. Her name was Tabitha, or Dorcas. She did many good things and many acts of kindness. 37. One day she became sick and died. After they had washed her body, they laid her in a room on the second floor. 38. The city of Lydda was near Joppa. The followers heard that Peter was at Lydda and sent 2 men to ask him to come at once. 39. Peter went back with them. When he came, they took him to the room. All the women whose husbands had died were standing around crying. They were showing the clothes Dorcas had made while she was with them. 40. Peter made them all leave the room. Then he got down on his knees and prayed. He turned to her body and said, "Tabitha, get up." She opened her eyes and looked at Peter and sat up. 41. He took her by the hand and lifted her up. Then he called in the faithful followers and the women whose husbands had died. He gave her to them, a living person. 42. News of this went through all Joppa. Many people put their trust in the Lord. In closing, when you are living this life, Live it well, because the impact you make on people, whether good or bad, it will always be felt. When the day to live this world comes, what do you want to be remembered as? When you live this earth, what do you want God say to you? Remember, nothing is hidden from His sight.